Yo, welcome back, Happening. How you doing tonight? I feel that. Canadian lemongrass, nice. Heat exhaustion cases today? Yeah, I can imagine. Ooh, we get to pivot, nice. I usually like to step outside during my workday just to, get some sunlight, some fresh air, and stepped out a couple times today, and I didn't want to stay out there. It was, ooh, psychic, strong psychic. 13 to 20, and that's above average. What happened to Lapras? Unfortunately, my computer is having a bit of an issue at the moment. The reason we started a bit late tonight, or not as early, right? Some days I try to start early if I can. The Bluetooth setting isn't working on my PC. I was trying to get it to be fixed, and unfortunately I had to restart the PC, which made me lose the file. There's a crit. Oh, wait, no! Oh, Flygon, I wanted to catch you! Oof. Yeah, if I went for the Meganium and got hit by the water spout, I probably would have been knocked out. Oh well. So at the moment, the only way I was able to actually like have my setup work tonight is I have to manually plug in my controller. I went through a bunch of different processes to try to get it fixed, but the issue genuinely might have been caused by a different issue. Ooh, energy root, nice. It might have been during a stream last week, or like either before or after stream, but there was a moment last week during a very strong storm where the entire power went out, and it wasn't the type of power outage where my plug stopped working. It was the type of power outage where even the like AC central air unit went out, which is on its own like circuit breaker. And I didn't think much of it because I thought it was just a storm that caused it, but then it happened again like yesterday night. And now since yesterday night, my Bluetooth isn't working, and it was the stuff I was doing stuff online trying to figure it out. It was saying that I need to like probably reset it in the PC, like unplug it, plug it back in. I didn't want to do that. Routing site issues. I don't think a routing site would affect your Bluetooth anyways, because it's what's the word? I don't think it's considered wireless. It's like the plug-in in the back, so it's not like integrated. It's non-integrated. It's the best way I can describe it. So the stuff online was saying that it was likely a power sag, where like the main unit for the facilities where I live have the like their circuit breaker needs to be appraised. So being that it's the weekend, I couldn't really do much. So tomorrow I'm gonna go and talk to them at the office and like hopefully they can check it out, and then they fix their end, and then I'll try to fix my PC issue. And hopefully by doing that, the problems I've just had over the last few months with Bluetooth, like I tend to have to always reset my controller to get a fresh signal. Hopefully all of that stops happening. Because the Bluetooth is what has been causing some of the lag, most of the lag, honestly. Like things will run smoothly, and then when the Bluetooth signal struggles, like you'll see like the game's frame rate just drops 2 frames a second. Yeah, my computer is actually plugged in by itself. And I have like the monitors and everything else plugged in separately. But the fact that the central air also cut out, and it was like a split second, and then everything kicked back on, and the PC, like because I was just on the PC, right? Like I couldn't do anything about it. It turned everything off in like a snap. But then because it turned all back on, the PC just restarted and turned itself back on. Yo, Denny, how you doing tonight? Interesting tale of puns. He's a bit slow. I like the moves, but he's technically a physical attacker, not a special. There's the Houndoom. Yo, what's good, Blue Eyes? How you doing tonight? I'm doing well. I am considering the Houndoom. Color change. If there's a second ability on him, yeah, it's not a good ability. talk about draft. As you guys know, leading into this week, now that it's Sunday, it's Top Cut. It's the semifinals week, and one of the week 7 matches were actually delayed and played out today, and because of the person in that match, one of them won, obviously, but the person who won, his score made him move on the leaderboard, which caused him to no longer be my opponent for this week. And all of the prep that I did today and the last few days, completely useless. So the conversation we had the other night about draft and like different strategies to do, completely out the window. Now, that being said, I was prepping for the few days for an opponent I lost against. The match that I'll be playing this week, I won, and I think I won 2-0. Might have lost game 2. I'll have to rewatch it, but it's the Mega Floette team. Which, admittedly, I think I have a better matchup into. Yo, Dono, how you doing tonight? It was cool to see me using a camera. I appreciate that. I try to use it for like content related stuff, but for the daily streams where I'm constantly streaming every day for extensive hours, it's much easier on my eyes to not use the lights, the bright lights, which are kind of required for a face cam, because if I don't have lights on, then you can't really see anything. More of like a relaxed environment for me. But the full special attackman team was very cool. And I wanted to say, I have a little screen clip of like a 5-second clip from his stream. I rewatched it after, and before the match started, he was like, Whimsicott is expected, and Gambit is expected, Kangaskhan is expected, and Saralege is expected. What was the Saralege? Yeah, I think those were the 4 that he said, and then I proceeded to not have any of the 4 that he was like saying that were locked in. The 4 that I didn't bring out of the 10 were the 4 that he said was 100% good. This is quite funny. Those were some wicked battles, yeah. Those were nail-biting battles. Rewatching it, like, game 2, the only way I pulled it back was I had landed an accuracy drop on Aerodactyl. I thought I only pulled it off once, which I did only get that one accuracy drop to make a difference, but he missed 2 rock slides. I thought he only missed 1. He missed 2. I got an accuracy drop on it in the sand, so it lived because of the sandstorm, but he missed the rock slide, which would have made the difference that following turn. It allowed Gyarados to live on like 12%, and you allowed Gyarados to get the double knockout using Muddy Water. And then game 3, a miss of a rock slide made a big difference. Even though, like, the entire time he was getting a lot of flinches, just, like, 2 very critical situations caused an opportunity in a window for me to pull a win. It was very intense all around. Yeah, definitely less skill and more luck in my games for sure. We could use the Huntail to get to the next area. We could go to Houndoom. I would hope it has a second ability, but it does not look like it. Come on, Houndoom. Where you at? I don't think he has a second ability, unfortunately. No, it does not like to be set to that side. Mark. Alright, thank you, Dono. I don't think he has a second ability. I mean, if he does, he's hiding it. Every single one that we've looked at has had color change. There's the Sharpedo who could be an underdog. I don't think Dark type is a great typing with water personally, but the other option is we just stick with this. What do you guys think? Huntail, Sharpedo, or Houndoom? Could be worse. Could be worse. It's a hair under average speed. Burn. Okay. Wow. Yo, Jay Green, how you doing tonight? Absolutely love Sharpedo. It's a cool Pokemon. Low health, low defense, slightly below average speed. Uh-oh, stab, energy ball, does that kill us? This controller issue is really bugging me. Yeah, 90 accuracy is unfortunate, but strong stab. Lucario. Trace. Plenty of Ultra Balls and a Quick Ball. So if we want to pivot, definitely would have the means to have, like, high odds. Other trace Pokemon? Wonder if he has a second ability. Would we want Snorlax to find out Lucario's second ability, or do we want Lucario to find out Snorlax's second ability? It does have a second ability. A stab headbutt. Wow. That's average physical. Thoughts in the chat? We did get a dubious disc. That is a strong rock slide. Holy. Yeah. I mean, we have options. Stab, Roserade, but I don't think it was a special attacker. It should have knocked me out. If it was Stab super effective. I think it's between Porygon 2, Evolution, Lucario, or Snorlax. Porygon could evolve into Snorlax. Have an Iron Head. Dude, this file is crazy right now. They all have about the same amount of offense. I don't know, no. I don't know, no either. Yeah, isn't it tough? I mean, Lucario has not shown a second ability. All we've seen is Trace. Porygon 2 would be an interesting option as well. Like, I was very impressed by the damage output. How useful is Guts? I mean, it would make him stronger, but I don't think that Sharpedo is a runner. I mean, I'm definitely interested in the multiple Pokemon we have here in the grass. Technically, Snorlax would have headbutt opportunity as well. Yeah, we don't purposely keep status effects, but it would make it so that the physical attacker has a bit more momentum in those occurrences. It's kind of like you get a benefit. You get a benefit during a bad circumstance for you. He crits an overheat, brother. Color change, oof. I had a feeling he was slow. Into a focus. And then he was slow as well, without a second ability. And then no offense. Good moves. Do it there. No second ability. One tempo, special attacker. Nasty thought. Unfortunate. The answer was to headbutt the trees. I wasn't looking forward to doing that, but it was the choice to make. Welcome, Danger. Hope you're doing well tonight. Quick stuff. Thanks for letting me know. If it's still too loud, can fix it again. Huh. Well. Would you look what we have here? It's in a better range. Thank you, Danger. Fire, ice, and stab grass. Kingdra. Damn it. I was gonna consider full sending the Ivysaur. It looks like the 5% spawn for the Kingdra. It did not trap us, but that's not guaranteed slow at level 6. Average is 16. And fast Pokemon are RNG to trap. It's not 100% every time. PP up is a good item. Thoughts in the chat. Do we full send Ivysaur if we beat the rival, or do we consider the risk of Scout on Kingdra, since we are kind of frail? 32, which means instead of 36 like most, we evolve at the end of the gym, the second gym. We're faster. We freeze? Oh my gosh, praise Lord Helix. Force Palm. Danger, I thought you were the one who liked to gamble. Honestly, I do think it could make it to Bugsy. Because it's not slow and the special attack is strong enough to where Ice Beam and Petal Dance could definitely carry. And then if we need super effective, the firefighting is strong enough. It is a 5% spawn, so it's going to probably take a few minutes to find the Kingdra again. Or not. Six. That's above. I'm sorry, that's below average. It's 11 of 14 at level 6. So it's not min-max, but if it was a stronger physical attacker, it would have one-shot. It could be a special attacker, but what do you guys think? Do you think Ivysaur can make it to Bugsy? There are other locations to scout, so we don't just have Kingdra as an option, we could have others. Evolution is a gamble, but there are some good ones, like Crobat, Drapion, Meganium, Sceptile. It has the moves. Sadly, Petal Dance is a contact move, which I think is pretty dumb. It's also a lock-in move. I don't know why I'm scouting here. I'm not risking another Kingdra encounter. There are two more here. We can take a quick look. We are fast enough. Get a new move next level. Neutral nature allows us to go physical or special on evolution. I just saw you said that as well, Denny, yeah. There's no fire grass or fire poison. The fighting grass and fighting poison are not typings I would want. You know, Breloom, Progunk, those are options that we could evolve into, but we would hope get something else. Petal Dance is a lock-in for 2 to 3 turns, and at the end we get confused. Which it would be funny if we got like either own tempo or Tangled Feet is the other one. Double slap? No. Alright, good throw. We get a Lumberry from a shard. We would get that from a green shard. .29 speed, I mean, wouldn't hurt to look at the others. Favorite ability of all time, probably Serene Grace. I like using secondary effects of moves and having better odds for it. It's quite fun. But if you're talking about specifically Kaizo, it's not as popular to other people, but I would actually say probably like Battle Armor, either Magic Guard or Battle Armor, because just avoiding the critical hits is really nice. Compound Eyes is also really good, yeah. That'd be a close second. There's not a whole lot of inaccurate moves that I would like to run, because a lot of them in this generation at least are lower accuracy and lower base power, like Icy Wind versus Aurora Beam, things like that. I like Battle Armor because it's every single time they attack, you just are calculating their damage output and you're not calculating a critical hit like double or triple damage. Another ability that we don't get very often, that probably because we don't get it often, that's why I wouldn't say it's my favorite, because I just don't get to use it enough to say it's that great. But I'm pretty sure it's that great, and it would be Clear Body and White Smoke. Having the opportunity of just all of our stats staying as is, no Intimidate, no accuracy drops, speed drops. Scrappy is in this. Drift Bloom. don't think it's a physical attacker. That was very low damage. Oh, if you're talking about later generation Scrappy, so you're talking about it in Generation 9 when you have the immunity to Intimidate. Yeah, this generation, that secondary application is not there. Bloom is not a physical attacker, facts. That is definitely, hopefully, min-max. Question is, does it have special attacks to confirm that? Does not look like it has special attacks. It's a decent ability in this generation for Kaizo. You're not prioritizing using normal type moves because they're neutral. Unless you're using a stab Scrappy, that would be good. It's more for the fighting type moves. Being able to hit Spiritomb and Save Life are super effective. No special attacks. Soundproof is underrated, yeah. I mean, most people say it's the best ability for Kaizo just for Perish Song, but I feel like it just doesn't... For me, I think the best ability for Kaizo is one that happens in every turn. Speed boost, magic guard, things like that. Levitate, Motor Drive, Water Absorb. Lightning Rod in Generation 4 is not the same as Generation 5 and after. Here, Lightning Rod and Storm Drain do 0, as they just redirect the move. They do not give immunities or a special attack boost. Hold on, where's the last one? I think we're gonna full send Ivysaur. Yeah. Do I have a Razor Fang? I have a Razor Claw, which is for Sneasel. OG starter line for me in FireRed, or for me was Leaf Green, was Blastoise. Before we start, I just need to go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Yo, Mac, how you doing tonight? Sorry, I had to step away to use the bathroom. We are back, and I think we are gonna do the Evo run. The Kingdra did not look promising in the early part of the game. Artillery could be an 480 BST. It's decent. Don't think it's worth the risk of scouting. Love a Big Mag. Level new move. Foresight? No. And then Nightmare? Also no. Level up moves have not been great. Force Palm was a good add-on for coverage. Force Palm gave us the full coverage we needed. Shouldn't have anything that... except... Actually, no. Right? Yeah. Gives us full coverage. Gives us amazing coverage, honestly. Alright, here we go. Good luck. You move. Swallow, move. Get most of the level up moves before he evolves, which is pretty cool. All but 3. You've never been to a Denny's? When I was in high school, I used to work at a Denny's. spoons over my hammy. But it's a good sandwich, yeah. The Grand Slam. That's why I didn't want to go for the pedal dance. Speed boost, that's funny. Okay, we break through. That hurts. Yeah. Gross meta right now. Very gross meta. For Terra. Poison heal. Had headbutt for the trees. Was a special attacker. No special moves. I don't think that was a winner. Even if we got the evolution. Come on, Cthulhu. Cthulhu. Yo, the Denny was a gifted. Thank you, Denny. Congrats, R1 for the gifted. I agree, Mr. LeBear. Venusaur would be a really fun pivot. At this point, I don't even know what's causing the lag because I'm not even using the controller. I mean, it's not as bad as it was. Like the lag is still there, but with the controller on, it was at times it was hitting like 8 full seconds of lag. No, tonight I'm just having some issues. I might have been talking about it before you arrived, Denny. The stream did not start as early as I wanted because having issues with the Bluetooth connections with my computer. So I was trying to use wired, but that's also causing lag. Right, good throw. Nice, GG. Yeah, I'm just gonna suck it up and use keyboard tonight and then try to figure out a solution. Lemonade, good find. It's an okay scouting mon. The low special defense is not great for scouting. And time score is not great for scouting. Good amount of flying type moves. But there was the Venusaur, so I am curious on that. Correct. We are able to use Disable to stop them from spamming one move and get them to start clicking something else. True, we do have the auto run with the smoke ball. And we have Reflect for mitigating some damage. That was a crit, which a critical hit ignores the screen. Though that was a super effective crit. So I don't think it's a I don't think it's a physical attacker. Yeah, GG. 100% mid to the bone, Mr. LeBear. So true. Metal coat if we find an Onyx or a Scyther. Rhyperior. I know it's not a good typing, but a high BSC. HG. The Go Milk, nice. For the calculation on that, 150 base power, level 5, did 15 damage. It's above average. 19 to 24. So that is very strong. The question is it slow? Because it might be 8 speed. This thing is a good level to scout, or good speed to scout with. That's annoying. Very strong, yeah. Very weak. I did not mean to click him, but low-key. Low-key bad. Mold Breaker. No worries. Do we think we get a runner before 6,600? That would be pretty crazy, Denny. Well, shoot. I clicked a bad button, apparently. What did I do? Okay, there we go. I'm still getting used to using mouse and keyboard. Ooh. Uh-oh. That is strong. Though I don't think the level 5 was faster than us. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. With offense, good speed, really good like mix stats, and then nature power, wing attack, shadow ball, sketch at the end. That was a runner right there. Was no, Kingdra is our personal record. Kingdra to the final rival encounter in Kanto. We've beaten the Elite Four 3 times. 2 of them made it to pretty far in the Kanto run, but one of them died on the boat head there. Blastoise died in the Elite Four, so he's in like the top 10, top 15. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Stab Poison Fang. Dragon Dance. It needs moves, but Freshwater. I wish the ability was a little better. I wish the defense was a little better, but it is what it is. I like it. There's no stab to combine with the ability. It would be for like Brave Bird, Flare Blitz, Wood Hammer, Double Edge, Submission. Perfect stats though, yeah. Poison Fang is a high crit move. So maybe we decide whether or not we scout based on the level 7 level up move. Honestly, yeah, exactly. With this stat spread, the 479 is getting used to its maximum use. If it's a Pokemon that is wasting like 20% at 500, it's kind of the same thing. Oof, that's annoying. Let's go, GG. I had a feeling getting the paralyzed would be worthwhile because of the transform. It allowed us to have the RNG on our side. Safeguard is better for scouting. We're not a special attacker, so I don't want to get locked into Uproar. At level 8, 22 speed, 23 attack. Yo, Lazy Dog, how you doing tonight? We had like one Pokemon get to the tower, but or the gym, but we haven't had anything as a deep runner tonight. How you doing so far tonight, Lazy Dog? This could definitely be a full send. I don't mind scouting because we should have enough bulk and speed. Technically, Rhyperior could be considered. Yes, the typing is bad, but it is high DST. Just got back from Illinois State Fair. Nice. Glad you had a lot of fun. Just a reminder, don't forget to leave a like on the stream and consider subscribing to the channel if you do like this kind of content. We are closing into 800 subscribers and a lot of support lately, and I appreciate everyone's support helping us grow as a channel. We bring this to the next area, we should get the level up move. It's 2 baby Pokemon, we might not. Andreas, been a minute. Welcome back. Andres, sorry, I always say it wrong. I apologize. Andres Garcia, how you doing tonight? Thank you for stopping back in. We're doing well. Keeping our sanity for the most part. RNG has been against us with a rage of a vengeful child. But we've been tolerant. Reckless gives a boost to recoil moves, so it makes them have a 20% damage output on the, so 120 base power wood hammer would get 24 extra damage to it, making it 144. Not that great. With better moves, it definitely can run. Doesn't hurt to look. And it's a spoink for the last one. Unfortunate. Pretty sure I scouted everything up here. Just gonna double check. At the moment, Skuntank is top of my radar. Him, welcome back. It's been a long time. Time to get blessed with a good runner. I appreciate it. Oh, no worries, Tin. Ironically, Tim, I had the intent of switching to the doubles Kaizo for Fire National Dex FireRed, and I took the time to set it all up, and there was some weird situations happening in my test run to make sure it was, operating correctly. So I reached out and they were like, yeah, it's better because it's been 2 years since I played it with all of the updates that it's gone through. It's better to just delete everything and start fresh, and do all of the downloads and setup from the scratch for it. And I just, after taking all that time to try to figure out what I already did, it was just like, man, now I gotta start all over again. I ended up just putting the project to the side and then just continuing on with HeartGold. So I'll probably just try to take another crack at it, but I just didn't prioritize it immediately. Yeah, we're gonna stick with Skuntank for the first fight. I know we took all that time to scout for nothing, but might have always a chance, I'm not gonna find out the last move on Rhyperior. If it ends up being Dragon Rage, I'd be upset. Glad I went for the setup. That would have been a tough fight. Sleep Talk, that's tough. I'm just worried that this thing isn't gonna get moves. What's Luck Incense do? Doubles a battle's prize money. So it's pretty much an amulet coin. I need to figure out what's causing that lag. if we end up full sending this gun tank, the Cloister would be a very easy Pokemon to set up and sweep on. Admittedly, Tim, not really. I I think about playing it from time to time, and then I just don't throw it on. Like, I got pretty far in it, and I was always having fun every time I played it, but I just got lazy. That is a tough ability. Come on, buddy, you can break through. It's above average. I mean, it's average to above average at least. It also needs moves. The special attack. Focus blast, oh boy. And then he did 18. It's probably about like 25 at level 9. It's like a hair above average. I will leave it up to chat. Do you guys want to stay with Skuntank and hope we get better moves? Or do we want to scout for a second ability on Lucario? I mean, technically it could still run with Drought. It's not an ideal ability, having the ×4 weakness to fire, essentially. But if it got a fire-type move, it would be Pseudo Stab. It would be Sun-boosted fire move. What do you guys think? Skuntank or Lucario? When you say strength and weaknesses, are you talking? I'm a bit confused by the context of the question. Everything is randomized, so every time we reset, everything changes. This is Generation 4 mechanics. So Steel types resist Ghost and Dark. Lucario has 3 weaknesses instead of 1, but he has more resistances. First question is, does Lucario even have a second ability so that it's not a ×4 weakness to fire? No worries, Blair. Runs have been going alright. RNG has just been really bad. 4 times begging to die to something. Yeah. It's the 10% spawn, so unfortunately it's just taking a while to find. We'll give him one more opportunity. We find him one more time with Drought. Power Gem on a special attacker does sound nice. And it would have been cool to see maybe like Compound Eyes, the Focus Blast. I mean, final thoughts in the chat. Do we want Lucario for the higher BST and Steel typing, or do we want Skuntank with the good stat spread? Very good Paralyze. We don't have a good answer for Steel type, so I'm hoping our level 14 move is good. We almost lost in this fight though. The the Earthquake off Deoxys, if it didn't switch to Copycat, probably would have lost. You move right here, really need something good. I mean, it's a good move. I'll take it. But it's a special attack, not a physical. Helps us on the steel types at least. This trainer is stacked. Latios, Zapdos, and Deoxys. All in the same fight. All legendaries in one fight, that's crazy. Let's level up, new move. Whoa. That's crazy. I don't even know what to sketch. I feel like Bulk Up would be better than Dragon Dance. But I definitely would say a damaging move is more important. Probably a Shedinja answer. Offensively, our typing is not great. Physical stab would be like Assurance, Punishment, Sucker Punch, Crunch. I mean, Crunch and Bite. Definitely Crunch and Bite. Do we get rid of Dragon Breath or Water Spout? Or Dragon Dance? I need the help of chat on this one. What do you guys think? What is the decision here? How do we go about this? If we keep Dragon Dance, it allows us to get guaranteed scouting without breaking any rules. So I do think we keep Dragon Dance and go for a better damage move rather than the other option, which is get rid of Dragon Dance and go for Bulk Up. because we are fast, right? Like it's not like we really need the speed specifically. It's really just the offense setup, and then the bulk up would help our low defense. It's just, regardless of Dragon Dance or bulk up, if we don't have the attacks, it doesn't really get us much distance. So I think personally, it's keep Dragon Dance, delete a special attack, learn, hopefully Crunch would be the best option. But what do you guys think? Crazy pull Mac, but we're in the midst of a dungeon and it makes it kind of an awkward time to get it. I don't think I can afford to say no, right? I think he needs this move in order to actually, like, be a runner. So it would be like Crunch or... You think over Water Spout? I don't think that, but curious if other people think that, because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I kind of think Water Spout covering Steel types is really nice. It's not like perfect. I don't want to keep it forever, but I worry about Steel types because our Stab does not cover Steel type. Dark type Stab doesn't cover it. I have a Lepa Berry. I'm personally leaning towards getting rid of Dragon, admittedly. Though the Paralyze has been really nice. I'm struggling. Getting rid of Water Spout for it is a short-term solution. I think this has potential, DJ Patty. It's got really good stats. Has a great nature. Sketch can give it the opportunity for the moves. But I need help deciding, do we delete Water Spout or Dragon Breath? I'm leaning towards Dragon Breath. Max says Water Spout. We're at the top of the dungeon, so we don't get our sketch here. We would only have 9 PP left. I think that should be enough. I hope it's enough. Yeah, I mean, there's only 4 Pokemon, 3 now. 3 with 8 PP, that should be okay. You have Water Spout, wow. That shot is fine. Alright, GG. Technically have the means to scout here. Looking for the level 5. There it is. Thank you for the reactions in chat. Shadow Ball, wow. If only. If only I was scouting for a special attack move. Needle Arm's not bad, but not what I want. And I'm not gonna risk the Garchomp just for one last move. Didn't hurt, you know. I figured there could be a small chance that one of those two had what we were looking for. But definitely looking for Crunch before we go into the gym. Makes this a long file, but that's okay. Is there anything besides Crunch that we would want? Earthquake would definitely help on the steel types. I like that Crunch's stab with 15 PP. mean, I guess I could consider Brave Bird. Probably not, honestly. Probably not. The brick's not bad. Yeah. Crunch, maybe Bite. I could see Bite working. Makes it a little bit more reliant on a setup, but has a little bit more consistent, like, dungeon coverage. Flinch opportunity is a little better than defense drop. Headbutt. So Bite does a 20% chance to flinch. Crunch does a 20% chance to lower their defense by 1. I don't think lowering their defense by 1 is as good. It helps if it's like a 3-shot, a 3-hit KO down to a 2-hit KO. Outside of that, it doesn't really give us much momentum. Yeah, welcome back, Denny. I was trying to see if Lucario had a second ability besides Drought, and being a 10% spawn, it was just taking forever to find. We found 5, all of them had Drought. It was a decent special attacker, but decided to stick with the Stun Tank. Or Spear. I kind of wish that we were having Sketch on a special attacker Lucario right now. Because Garchomp has Shadow Ball, Hyperior has Aura Sphere. In attack is very interesting. I was not thinking of that. I was saying bite and punch. Having stab that can never miss would be interesting. Definitely top contender at the moment. Trying to be efficient and just do like pass the big net kind of deal where I just try to get the information quickly. There's just so many Pokemon to scout. There is a good chance we're going to be coming back this way for the feint attack if it's the only option. I'll go and scout. I didn't finish scouting that other area. Still the higher levels to scout on 2 Pokemon. Not the Minun, but the Togetic and the other one. Everyone loves to paralyze, holy. Wing attack's not horrible. So far, what do you guys think? The highest value options so far have been feint attack, wing attack, Brick Break, Boomerang. Technically, because water covers steel types, dark is actually better because it covers Shedinja. I also forgot about Fire Fang as well, but it would be between flying and dark. Technically, flying covers 4 more than dark does, but dark would then technically be stab on all of the neutral. I'm a silly goose. I misunderstood what was happening right there. It was saying that I didn't know all 4 moves because I technically saw the Lucario in the tower at level 5, which had a different move at that level. I think the Water Spout is usable at 150 base power, neutral, still usable. I do personally think Feint Attack is the best option right now. I'm holding out for Crunch because I personally think 80 base power is a little bit better. I would also consider Bite. Do we think Bite is better or worse than Feint Attack? Bite has 5 more PP, has the same base power, and the secondary effect is flinch instead of ignoring accuracy checks. If we were to get Bite or Feint Attack, I would have wished this Pokemon had Technician instead. Feint Attack is contact, correct. Unfortunately, there's not many options for us to go with for no contacts. It would be like Earthquake, Rock Slide, Seed Bomb, Secret Power. Sacred Fire. I think I scouted the whole cloister. I don't remember the moves on it, but I think I scouted it earlier. Just need to find the cloister. Just make sure that we had scouted it. I'm quite confident Lucario only has Drought. Yeah. Another Pokemon with Brick Break. I don't think I scouted Kricketune, but it should be one of the last that I haven't scouted. It would be Kricketune in whatever the 5% in the first patch is, and then north of that as well. So we're almost done. Having a priority move makes it probably not our sketch Pokemon, just because it's going to be a risk to sketch off of it if it has Magic Coat. But I am curious if it has what I'm looking for. Come on. Nope. It is a major risk to wait for Crunch. Final thoughts in the chat. We're almost done. We only have like 3 to 5 moves left to look at. So, Feint Attack, Wing Attack, Brick Break, Fire Fang, Boomerang. High Jump Kick. Reckless is recoil moves, which is... Is it High Jump Kick? I thought it was only things like Double Edge, Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, Wood Hammer, Correct, it only recoils if it misses. So I don't know if it counts. The last two Pokemon are going to make it difficult. Not negate the crash damage, but it boosts the power. So it does affect the... That's nice. I mean, it's not a horrible idea, it's a risky idea. That should be everything. I mean, yeah, technically, high jump kick would be an option. So Beat attack, high jump kick, wing attack, boomerang, fire fang, brick break. Personally, I'm leaning towards Feint Attack. I like the idea that, you know, it's going to be 90 base power, and if they ever lower our accuracy, it's not a problem. And +2 Dragon Dance would pretty much be essentially like Tinted Lens. I wanted a stronger move, admittedly, but gotta do what we gotta do. Spent about a half hour doing that, so at least we got something good out of it. Immediately dies in the gym. My luck, we're gonna get Crunch on level up. Alright, here we go. Time for the gym. Good luck. Good miss. Main attack for the win. Alright. Good luck. Set up and sweep. Ooh, metal bears, good to know. Two. 3. This is the ace. 4. Air slash. We're not a special attacker, so I want to say no. No, it's special. I think at this point the only thing we can consider is getting rid of Water Spout for a steel type answer. And even then, alright, GG. Hell yeah. Bullet Punch. Take priority move, steel type, contact, 40 base power. Two damage. Or 12 damage, sorry. 12 damage in that whole fight. Not bad. Charm. Now, any name suggestion for Skuntank? I believe it's male. I can let you know in just a second. Female. Stella. What's that a reference to? The yellow shard is a very good item. Green shard, there's our Lumberry, Rossberry. The name of the skunk from Over the Hedge. Ah, yup. Good reference. Stella is beer. The Belgian beer. Of course it's good. Tank is German. So that's fitting. Mateus, welcome. Name it Surströmming for the worst smelling fish food in the world. We might have a shot of Greed Danger. We just got Faint Attack with Sketch, and it definitely showed its value in the gym. Stab is just always nice, but when it's stab super effective, that's a lot of damage. A lot of PP and consistent base power after you include stab, yeah. And a high crit rate on Poison Fang. And I believe it's toxic, or is it poison or toxic? Sorry, it's not a high crit rate. I was thinking of Poison Tail, I apologize. It's just the poison, but it is 30% and it is toxic. Rock types, Tyranitar, it's a problem. Yo, side up. I'm gonna chill, buddy. 2 minutes. Brick Breaker Earthquake, yeah. Full healed. Items have been good. Unfortunately, there's no typing that gives us perfect coverage. The best option would be... Ooh, Cherry Berry, nice. The best option would be Ground, which leaves Skarmory as a Pokemon who resists our moves. But if we did, like, a fighting move, then... Toxic Croak is an issue. If we do flying, all the steel types. If we do flying, Tyranitar is an issue. Sorry, if we do fire, Tyranitar is an issue. So it's either we run 4 attacks or we get rid of Poison Fang. First episode of Lanterns dropped today. Nice. Thank you. Dragon Dance is good until we get confused, and then once we get confused, the setup is going to be scary. Their defense is not good already. Even without a setup, confusion is scary, so just imagine if we're at like +4. We set up +2 and they use Swagger or something. Yeah, we have actually 2 full heals. Good one shot on the ace. Alright, so admittedly, I am starting to get that feeling of tiredness and through my muscles. Feel it like through my body. It's that warning sign telling me I'm getting sleepy. However, tomorrow I don't have to open. I have some things I need to do in the morning before I go into work, so my boss is actually going to open the store. I can get in when I can get in. So I can go and grab a drink at the energy store. What am I saying? At the gas station. Get an energy drink at the gas station. If you guys give me like 5-10 minutes, or we are responsible adults and go to bed to make tomorrow a better day. What do you guys think? Take 5 to 10 minutes right now, or come back tomorrow. You have to go soon. And I should save my money. And the reality is I'd be spending money like... Be responsible, yeah. Seems like a lot of people are headed out very soon, so yeah, I guess that's perfect timing. I just don't want to fall asleep during stream anymore, and you know, it's as much as I would be excited to keep this run, or push this run as far as I can, I think it would be best to just pick it up tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate everyone joining the stream. Just a last reminder to leave a like on the stream before we go. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Peace.